In Marrakesh, Morocco, people don't like to talk about what's beneath their homes. The city is old, older than records, older than memory. Homes are built on top of homes, streets on top of streets, lives stacked on top of lives. And beneath many of them are wells. Some are dry, some are sealed, some were never meant to be found again. But they are still there. In the old parts of Marrakesh, wells were once the center of life. Water meant survival. Families gathered around them. Children played nearby. But as the city grew, the wells were no longer needed. They were covered, forgotten, built over. Stone floors laid on top, courtyards redesigned, rugs placed where no one would think to look. Yet at night, people still hear them. It always starts the same way. A sound from below, not loud, not sudden. A voice, quiet, careful, as if it doesn't want to scare you. The voice never sounds strange. That's the worst part. It never sounds like something unknown. It sounds familiar, like someone you trust, someone whose voice your mind already knows. Elders warn children early. If you hear someone calling your name at night, do not answer. If it sounds like family, do not follow it. And if the voice comes from below, do not lean over, because the wells do not echo voices, they keep them. One family lived in a traditional home inside the old city walls. Their house had been passed down for generations. In the center of the courtyard was a stone well, covered with thick wood and iron. The family said it had been sealed long before they were born. No rope, no bucket, no reason to open it. They treated it like part of the floor, something you step around, something you don't touch. The youngest boy in the house noticed it first. He was old enough to stay awake late, old enough to listen to silence. At night, when the house settled and the city grew still, he heard something. At first, it sounded like breathing, slow, steady. Then he realized it was speaking. The voice said his name, softly, like someone standing just out of sight. The boy sat up in bed. He listened. The house was quiet, no movement, no footsteps. The voice spoke again. It sounded like his grandmother. She had passed away years before. Same tone, same warmth. She said his name again. He didn't answer. He pulled his blanket tighter. The voice didn't stop. It said it was cold. It said it was alone. It said it had been waiting. The next night, the voice returned. This time, it sounded like his older brother. The same laugh in its voice, the same rhythm. It told him not to be afraid. Said it was right below the house. Said the well was open. The boy began to feel something strange. Not fear, comfort. The voice felt close, like someone watching over him, like someone who needed him. He didn't tell his parents. He didn't tell anyone. Because how do you explain that the dead are calling you by name? On the third night, the voice changed again. This time it sounded like his mother, gentle, familiar. She called him softly, said she needed help, said she was stuck. The boy stood from his bed. The courtyard door was open. Moonlight spilled across the stone floor. The well cover looked the same, but the air around it felt wrong. He stepped closer. The voice came from directly below his feet. It told him he was brave. It told him he was kind. It told him only he could help. The neighbors later said they heard something that night. Not a scream, not a cry, just a sudden stop, like a sound being cut off. In the morning, the family couldn't find the boy. They searched every room. They searched the streets. They called his name. There was no answer. Then they noticed the well. The wooden cover was cracked. The stone around it was damaged, as if something heavy had been pulled across it. Authorities arrived. They sealed the well completely, filled it, closed it forever. They said there was nothing inside. No body, no evidence, no explanation. After that, the house felt different. At night, people heard whispers, not loud enough to understand, just enough to recognize. Soon, other homes reported the same thing. Different wells, different voices, always familiar, always calling names. Some say the wells remember everyone who ever lived above them. Some say they collect voices and learn how to use them. Some say they are not wells at all. They are doors. People in Marrakesh still warn each other. If you hear someone you love calling from below, do not answer. Do not step closer, and never believe the voice when it says it needs help. Because once it knows your name, it will never stop using it. Waiting. Patient. For the next answer.